Hi, this is Dragonmind. Today we're going to be talking briefly about a certain detail of the Las Vegas shooter. Now, I wanted to get this on the record because I'm sure other people will think of this in all of the conspiracy groups that abound on the internet, on Facebook, on YouTube, etc. Now, this is not a conspiracy channel, and it's not going to be in the future. We may talk about conspiracy theories, but only in the context of speculation or like mental exercises. We're not buying into conspiracy theory stuff. And this is not in relation to a conspiracy theory. This is speculating about the state of mind, the thought processes, and the motivation of the Las Vegas shooter. Now, some of the details that are indisputable at this point are the age of the shooter, his hotel, what floor his hotel is on, his hotel room is on, and the number of weapons that he took to carry out his attack. Now, all of these may seem inconsequential, but one thing I would like to bet right now is that the 32nd floor where he was situated is not the best floor for his attack. There were higher floors. There are, I believe, 43 floors in the Mandalay Hotel. So if he wanted to increase the response time for the police, he would have chosen a higher floor. And if he wanted a better shooting angle, he would have chosen a lower floor. So picking 32 is arbitrary, unless he had a different motivation, which I believe he did. And why bring 23 guns? If he wanted all his guns, he had 19 more at home. 23 isn't a particularly auspicious number in terms of how people think. People think in terms of 10, 20, 25. They think in terms of other kind of like rounder numbers. So 23 seems an odd number to choose. So here is my speculation. The guy that was shooting everybody wanted not just to shoot everybody. He wanted to make a statement that he was not insane. He wanted to make a statement that he was in control. Now this could be just him wanting to prove that he did everything intentionally. Alternately, it could be him trying to prove that he was not mentally defective. And this is just a wild speculation on my part. If there's no political motivation to this attack, a wild guess on my part would be he might have had some sort of mental diagnosis that he was trying to refute. In other words, a diagnosis of Alzheimer's, and he was trying to prove to the world that he was completely in control. In fact, he was more in control than everybody else. He could go out, he could carry out this methodical attack, he could kill the most people ever, blah, blah, blah. Now, the choice of the room number and the choice of the number of weapons plays into this sort of theory. That he's either trying to show that he's not mentally defective or just trying to exercise control. And the reason for this speculation is the room number is 23. 23 inverted, the floor was 32 and the number of guns was 23. Sorry, I got that mixed up for a moment. So 23 guns, you put that backwards, it's 32, which is the number of the floor. The floor is 32 because the guy was 64. Because you doubled 32, it makes 64. It's too coincidental for these to be chosen at random. So he was clearly trying to show that even in the fine details of what he was doing, that everything was controlled and methodical. It is possible that he had some sort of obsession with numerology, but although people do become obsessed with numerology, I believe that it's an uncommon sort of experience. So I don't think the numerology obsession is, a likely scenario. I think it's more likely that either he was trying to prove that he was in control by even fine-tuning those details, or trying to prove that he did not suffer from a mental defect such as Alzheimer's. So those are my speculations. 32 guns, 23 guns, flip it around, it makes the floor number, which is 32, and 32 is half of his age at the time that he died. So, just throwing that out there, and once this all shakes out, and we find out what his motivations were, if he left a note, etc., we'll see if this pans out, but it seems pretty self-evident that he chose those specific numbers for a reason, because they are too internally consistent. Okay, that's it for Dragon Brain, and we will see you next time. Bye.